We can be on the winning side. We gotta first develop some of these mindsets, practices.
And if your thoughts are positive, then your actions will be positive.
If you're gonna pray about it, then don't worry about it. If you're gonna worry about it, then don't pray about it. But if you don't improve yourself, then you're on the losing side.
You gotta look for a mentor, somebody who's walked the path that you are trying to walk. So if things are not going right, always check who's the common denominator.
Yes.
And if it's always you, then it means you have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, where can I change? What must I do?
When you isolate yourself, it can take you longer.
Sis, you're celebrating me will not dim your light.
Let's grow and let's take action. Yes.
Yeah, and
so,
don't be a loser.
Let's chill.
Hello, bonjour, hola. Sunny bonani. Namaste.
Yes, namaste. What's going on? How are you today?
Yes, we're here again with
Yes.
another episode. We're going to be speaking about, or rather, let's unpack or unveil the mindset of winners versus
Losers. Yes. Winners versus losers. Yes. Let's talk about it. We told you last week we were going to continue this topic, and we want to bring up winners versus losers. Shaping success. That's what we're about. I think a lot of people, we all want success. A lot of us want, some of us might be tired of the life we live in. We're wondering when we're going to get our break and what's next and when our turn going to happen. All these things that we might be saying, but a lot of times before we get our big break and before we can be on the winning side, we gotta first develop some of these mindsets, practices, because a lot of times what's holding us back is our mindset. Our mindset is like, they always say, your mind is a terrible thing to waste. And it's so true. Your mind is a terrible thing to waste. And a lot of times, in order for us to get ahead.
I heard of that one, but hey, okay.
What?
The mind is a what?
Terrible thing to waste.
Oh, a terrible thing to waste.
Yes, terrible thing. You heard that one, right?
No.
Okay, but still, but we have to begin to develop a strong mindset. We have to begin to develop our mindset, in order for our life to change. A lot of times, once we start making these small changes into our life with our mindset, we start seeing breakthrough. We start seeing things come into pass for us. And so, that's what we just want to shape. We shape a success, and we are unveiling the mindset of winners and losers. Last week, remember, we said learners, but winners and losers. Yes, because, again, imagine life as a grand dealer where the script you write determines the outcome of your journey. Just imagine everything that you write, everything that you say, everything that you speak is determining the life of your journey. And so what are you writing today? What are you planning today? What are you thinking today? Because even the scripture said, as a man thinketh, so is he. It's very important that, we start thinking right to become right. We start thinking right, and here's the thing, because a lot of times, some people, some of us, our mindset is so messed up. It takes time, and a lot of time to unlearn and then relearn it, and we expecting things to happen overnight, and sometimes not gonna happen overnight because you got to do a lot of unlearning and relearn, and we hoping this episode will help you. But like I said again, we shape a success
and be patient with yourself.
Yes, and that's critical. Be patient with yourself as you learn, because you gotta remember you're gonna make mistakes. Things gonna happen. You're gonna backtrack every now and then, but don't allow yourself to don't beat yourself up. And with these steps, we're gonna show you how to bounce back. And so, winners cultivate a positive mindset at all times.
I think it's what we've just been talking about in the intro, in that, it starts with your thoughts.
Yes.
Your thoughts become actions. And if your thoughts are positive, then your actions will be positive. So if you're a winner, you always try to look at things where there's light at the end of the tunnel, they say.
Mm-hmm.
You don't look at that the glass is half empty, but you say it's half full, because you're always an optimistic person.
Mm-hmm.
Even when things don't look so great, you know, you turn the grim into great.
Joy.
Yeah.
Yes, you turn it into joy. You make it good. You make everything optimistic. You make everything good. And like, even with myself, I can say, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter what I'm going through, I always try to be happy regardless of any situation. I always try to be cheerful and always looking on the brighter side, because I like I said, I always realize it could be worse. You know, sometimes the situation that we going through, sometimes, you know, if we just think about it, some people have it worse than us. You know, a lot of times we complain, and we're going to get, a lot of times we talk about, you know, things, and we see things, and, you know, just by being optimistic, you know, that optimistic mindset, that attitude of being optimistic can change your situation. You know, that optimistic, you know, saying, you know what, I know I'm going to get through this. I know I'm going to make it. I know it might look ugly right now. I don't care what they say. But guess what? I know I can beat this. Mm-hmm. I know I'm overcoming this. I know I'm going to find a way. And that's how you got to look at it. Like, I know I'm going to find a way. I know I'm going to get through this. I know I'm going to make it, regardless of what happened. But a person with a loser mentality, they so-called to negativity. They have the defeated mindset. You know, they always, they want everyone to feel pity for them. You know, they adapt this. They look like they sad. They look like and even though, and here's the thing, by you having that mindset, you will not change anything. You can't change your situation. And so you make your situation worse by succumbing to that negativity. You make it worse. But when, you know, that's, we always say something, right? We say, if you're going to pray about it, then don't worry about it. If you're going to worry about it, then don't pray about it.
But I mean, you know, it's easier said than done. I'll be on the reality side of this.
Yes.
Yes, we're putting those things out there, but let's not forget that people react to situations differently.
Yes.
And we can't just say, well, if you feel sad, try to not feel it, because now you have to be a winner. No, you gotta feel the emotions.
Yes.
But the main thing is that you don't stay there.
Yes, and that's the thing. You're right. The thing is, nobody never said you're not gonna feel it. Everyone feels it. Everyone feels the pain. But the thing is, a loser stay in it. A loser keep this defeatist mentality. They secure to negativity, and they just stay there, and they seem like they sink in their quicksand, and they just sink, and they feel like they're never getting out. So we're not saying you're not gonna feel it. Everyone feel it. You know, even those individuals that feel like, man, they're always optimistic. They're always on it. Seem like, man, they always see things on the bright side. They always had this positive mindset. Don't you know they feel it too? But you just don't see it, you know, and they don't dwell on it, and they feel like, you know, because why? They feel like they know that, you know, I'm gonna get through this. You know, I'm gonna, regardless of what happened, I'm gonna get through this.
This too shall pass.
Yeah, this too shall pass. Yeah, this too shall pass. So, you know, we're saying that yes, you're gonna feel it, but don't stay in it. Don't succumb to negativity. Don't have this defeatist mindset, because, you know, you just make things worse for yourself when you have the defeated mindset. But you want to cultivate this optimistic mindset, this positive mindset that things is going to be all right. Because we quote the scripture all the time. You know, weeping may endure for a night, but joy coming in the morning. And you got to know that, you know, weeping might be enduring for a period of time. You don't know how long you might be weeping. It might be 6 months. It might be a year. It might be 5 years. It might be 10 years. But guess what? Joy gonna eventually come. And can I say this too? This is why I love scripture, and I always study the scripture, because regardless, I just don't go by one scripture or whatever. But I like to have more than one. And another scripture always tell me, you know, we say we've been endured for a night, but joy come in the morning, because we don't know how long you're gonna endure this journey, this setback. We don't know, but guess what? I loved it because even in Isaiah, he tells us, he let us know that whatever you go through, that you're gonna receive double for your trouble. So imagine if you had to go through it for 6 years or 5 years or 2 years or 6 months. Guess what? Regardless how long you got to go through something, if you continue to maintain that positive mindset, guess what's going to happen? When you come out of your situation, you're getting a double. You're not losing anything. I mean, there's a greater blessing the reason why you're going through so much hell. Come on, say it with me. There's a greater blessing the reason why you're going through so much hell. And when you see that, and you stay positive in your journey, in your situation, you stay positive, stay optimistic, knowing that this too shall pass. Guess what? Double is coming your way. And when you another scripture I love as well, the Bible says, when you catch the thief, you gotta restore sevenfold. So guess what? I never lose. That's why, and this is why my mindset, I never lose. Even when I seem like I'm losing, I'll never lose. Because why? I know double's coming. I know good things is coming my way. I don't know. I just keep praying, keep seeking them, and keep this positive mindset. But winners cultivate a positive mindset. Losers succumb to negativity. And so another point is winners seek continuous improvement. Come on, you want to elaborate?
Well, you're saying everything. I'm just watching you because you're on the roll there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's important that you're always improving yourself so that you're not stagnant and you're not, you don't feel like you're becoming mediocre. So I believe continuous improvement helps in keeping you up, above average, first of all, and keeping you relatable, and there's a word that I'm looking for. Let me stop there because that word has just passed. I'm not getting it in my mind. But yeah, it's always good to always improve yourself. Get into courses, do continuous learning, webinars, trainings, even go back to school if you have to.
Read a book, listen to podcasts.
It opens your mind.
Open your mind.
Way,
Whatever, how you could,
enhance yourself.
Yeah, enhance yourself. Winners always reading. They're always studying. They're always seeking ways how to improve. How can they get better? How can they be better? If that means going to a mastermind, if that means going to reading a book, I heard something that Warren Buffett read 8 hours a day, something like that, around 8 hours. It's a lot. He read a lot. I don't know.
8 hours a day, then they would be doing nothing.
I don't know how, but he read a lot. I know that. I'm not gonna I don't want to say a time, but I know he read a lot in a day. He reads. So Warren Buffett read a lot, and
he's got time because
you feel like he's a you would think he don't have to read no more. You're like, oh, I already made it. What?
But he's not putting in any work. He doesn't have to work.
That's just an excuse.
I'm just saying that you can't compare yourself with a billionaire and somebody who's working 3 jobs.
Yeah.
My point is, let's be relatable. Let's speak to our audience who have to go and work.
Mm-hmm.
So the beautiful thing is, there's a new saying in town that says listening is now the new reading.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you don't necessarily have to sit down with a book. You can listen to stuff on your way to work, on your way back from work, while you're doing your chores, on your tea break, lunch break, instead of sitting around and gossiping and talk about nothing. That's your time to listen to a book that will help you be better, or listen to a podcast, or listen to something that will improve you, versus you saying, I don't have a time to look through a book. Because sometimes just sitting down, going through a book, there's no time for that. And sometimes it just makes life easier when you're multitasking. You can drive and you can read.
There's no such thing as multitask. But because you can't really get now, but we don't want to make excuses. I like this because I said this before, no excuses, make adjustments. It's all about making adjustments. We know you might not be on Warren Buffett level, and he might have more time.
Okay, how many hours do you read a day? let's see how possible what you're trying to tell the chillers is with your lifestyle.
I read enough.
How many hours you want
I read enough. I don't read as much as him, but I do read. I do read, but I'm always improving myself. That's the thing. We talk about improving yourself. I don't know how many times you're gonna have to read.
But you listen to podcasts more
yes,
than you read.
yes.
That's my point.
I listen to podcasts more than I read.
Self-improvement doesn't have to be necessarily
reading
sitting down with
that
a book.
That was just one example. That was just one example I gave with Warren Buffett that he reads a lot.
Yeah, but I'm trying not to make people feel guilty that if they can't sit down with a book, then they've committed a crime.
No.
We're here to help people to look at alternatives.
Yes.
Of if I can't sit down with a book, then guess what? You can listen to a book. Then guess what? You can. Don't tell me there's no multitasking. Women do it all the time.
No, such thing
so
multitasking. You know something.
So good.
You know something multitasking.
I read while I'm driving. I read while I'm making chores. I'm doing my chores. And I still remember what I read. So don't compare us to stupid dumb men who don't remember stuff and think.
No. No. Don't say like stupid dumb man because
somebody who would dispute that is somebody who probably cannot consume information and forgets.
No, even
like I would do stuff and still be able to remember.
Even scientists will tell you there's no such thing as multitasking.
Well, we are. Women are the best multitask. That's why we are superwomen.
But here's the thing though. I'm not saying, you got to do things on where you are. Warren Buffett, this is what he considered. Maybe he liked to read. He's a reader. Maybe you're not a reader. I'm not comparing you to one. I'm just saying don't say, oh, he don't do anything. But he find time because you don't know what he's doing. He do have a business. He do trade. He do things. But he still find time to read. Now, I don't know. You got 3 jobs, but whatever how you're going to do it, you still got to find time to improve yourself. If that's reading, listen to the podcast, listen to a book, whatever it is. Because again, like you said I listen to more podcasts than I do reading a book. Of course, I like it. But I'm always in training. I'm in webinars, so I'm always finding ways to improve myself. We plan on going to a event coming up soon. Why? To get out there and to network. We always trying to improve ourselves to better ourselves, and that's what it's about. And it's about improving your skill, honing in onto your skills to be this better individual. And this what winners do. They always improving yourself, because if you don't improve yourself, then you're on the losing side. If you don't improve yourself, then guess what? Somebody else will come in that's better than you. It might not even be better than you, but because they working, because they're improving themselves, they have the advantage and you don't. And so this is why you always want to improve yourself, because you might got it. Yeah, you might be good, but somebody that's not good, that's always improving themselves, can come out and pass you.
That's so true. Because we look at this point of seeking continuous improvement, and we look at what we refer to as the losers. They try to avoid learning new skills by all means necessary.
By all means, yeah.
They will make excuses. They will not even try to adapt to, to a
the
situation
technology
or
the situation, yeah.
Or look for alternatives.
Yes.
So we say don't be that person. Be the winner.
Yeah, be the winner. Don't resist change. And that's what the loser does. They resist change, like you say. And so don't refuse to adapt. Be the adaptable. Be adaptable. Because if we look at it through time and we see multiple businesses, I speak on Blockbuster multiple times, because that's a good example, because they will refuse to change and refuse to adapt and refuse to, do the next thing. Guess what? They went out of business. And they had an opportunity to buy Netflix. Netflix came to them. Netflix came to them, and they had a chance to buy it. But guess what? Because they didn't understand it, or maybe they didn't see the bigger picture. Maybe because they stopped learning. We don't know the reason why. But they were refusing to adapt. And what happened? Because they refused to adapt, Netflix came in and took a market share, and now you don't even Blockbuster is just a memory. They got one little store in a small town. I'm not it's a small town, but one little store in the town. So yeah, don't refuse to change. Continue to prove. If you got to take a course, take a course. And you should, like I said, you should always be learning anyway, because information sometimes get outdated.
Right.
And what you learned 5 years ago is not what it is today. So you should always be, even though I know business, but I'm always learning business and marketing. Why? Because there's new information that came out that wasn't there before. So, you know, I'm always improving, and you always want to take a refresher course or a refresher thing. And so that's why courses and workshops and lunch and learns, all the different things that it helps. Yeah.
So also just encouraging people to embrace accountability when you're a winner, because when you do that, then you open yourself up to constructive criticism as well. You know, because people don't want to be criticized, and in a good way, something that will build them up. You know, embracing accountability also means that, you know, you gotta look for a mentor, somebody who's walked the path that you are trying to walk, so that, you know, you can even possibly use their blueprint and not necessarily have to carve up a whole new path for yourself. So all those things are things that we've seen people win with. So why not do that instead of trying to reinvent the wheel when the wheel is already working?
It's already working, yes. So, you know, winners embrace accountability. They accept accountability. Winners also always have coach. They have mentors. You know, even like when you church people, you have a pastor. That's your accountability part. That's your accountability. You have a shepherd who you could go to and be accountable to. So yeah, winners embrace accountability. Because, like I said, things happen. They take responsibilities. You know, we human. We're gonna make mistakes. You know, but guess what? We just take responsibility. We suck it out and say, you know what? It was my fault. You know, and they admit to it. You know, but losers, they blame others.
It's easy to put
they shift the blame to other people. They shift the blame.
It makes life much more easier when you say, "Oh, it wasn't me."
It wasn't me.
You know, but when you do that, you're now losing accountability, because you'll never account to your mistakes, and you'll never learn. You'll keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again because you don't see yourself on the wrong.
Yes.
You know, I always say, if things are not going right, always check who's the common denominator.
Yes.
And if it's always you, then it means you have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, where can I change? What must I do?
Word is born.
Right.
Word is born. Yes. So no, we say don't become a winner. Embrace the accountability. Accept it. If you mean, have a coach, have a mentor. You know, and don't blame when you do something. You know, don't shift the blame to others. You know, but take that responsibility and say, you know what, it was me, it was my fault. You know, and so even embrace the accountability. Even sometimes when things is maybe wasn't your fault, but you see like, okay, you know what? Because we always say it takes two, right? So in every relationship and whatever it is that you do, it always another person or somebody else, and so you always looking at, okay, where can I learn from that situation?
What part did I play?
What part? Yes, thank you. That's what I'm looking for. What part did I play in it? And you take responsibility and you learn from it. And like, yeah, okay, because a lot of times we easily like, you know what, I did well, I did this, but you know what, like when you like going back to the sports analogy, you know, football players, they're like, you saw how many touchdowns I had, you see this, but you know what, but forgot that they missed the route. And you know what, because you got the touchdown, but you missed your route, whatever, you know. So you know, winners always embrace opportunities, and they always look for improvement and see, like, you know, they take responsibility even if they did well. They focus on the areas. Sometimes they focus on the areas that they didn't do well, so they can improve on those areas. Because it's about improving. It's about getting better.
Being better than the person you were yesterday.
Yes, it's about being better than what you are today. And another way how we can be better tomorrow than we are today. And women surround themselves with support.
Mm-hmm. With people who are better than them in
Yes.
most cases.
Yes.
People who can pull them up and, motivate them. They say you are the average of the 5 people that you hang around. And I don't say necessarily hang around, but you listen to. You watch, whatever that you hold dear to you, you are the average of those people.
Yeah, because you know what, you can have mentors and then from afar. You know how many people sometimes you can have people that will pass away and be your mentor. Why? Because you already listen to the content. You already listen to, Martin Luther King been gone for so long, but how many times people still listen to his sermons and his speeches and pick up and see what they do. But they always surround themselves with support. You see guidance. You
collaborate with
like-minded individuals. Man, they say you to go fast alone, but you to go so much further together with people.
Absolutely.
You could do so much more when you have a collective group working with you to complete one goal,
and that's why
one dream.
Networking is such key.
Yeah.
Because if you lock yourself up in your own little corner, you will never get to meet these people. Because somebody would say, so where am I going to meet these people? Well, you get yourself out there.
Yeah.
And when you do get yourself out there, don't hide yourself in a corner somewhere and think people will come to you. Be brave enough to go to people and interact with them.
Yeah, I agree. One way, join the community. And we love to say this podcast is sponsored by the Next Opportunity Window. It's a vibrant community where we're going to come together, network, learn, grow, and connect. Because again, I say
we're
like-minded people. You to go fast alone, but guess what? You go so much further when you're coming together. And this is the thing that we adapted into our life. We have a community, but guess what? We also trying to look for ways where we could go so that we can be enlarged, so that we can grow, so that we can bring it back to our community. And that's what it's about. We in Next Opportunity Window, we're about learning, we're about growing, we're about connecting, we're about taking advantage of the Next Opportunity Window, punch your fear in the face, building our confidence and growing. And so we say, if you want to be a part of this community, click the link in the description, join the movement, and let's grow together. Let's connect with one another. Let's build, let's grow, and let's take action. Yes.
Yeah, and don't be a loser.
Yeah.
Look for help. Look for like-minded people. Join communities.
Yes.
Be part of something that will help you to get to your next step.
Yes, I agree. And so because losers isolate themselves. They stay to themselves. And like again, when you isolate yourself and you by yourself all the time, it's a lot harder because we say all the time, teamwork makes the dream work. And when you isolate yourself, you are hurting yourself. You are hurting yourself. And so this is something that because for a long time I was all by myself. I was doing things all alone, and I had to learn. You know what? And I had to get out there. I had to put myself out there. I had to go out there. I had to fellowship because guess what? Trying to do things on my own, it might not. It's going to take me longer. And so this is what happened when you isolate yourself. It can take you longer. But imagine when you start networking. Imagine you start getting around with like-minded individual and you talk and you share ideas, and then you able to pick their brain while they pick your brain. Then guess what? You could go a lot further. The scripture even said 2 is better than 1. And so it's good to be, even in marriage, when you're married, when 2 people working together, they building, it could go a long way, when 2 people come together. Because if you're single, you got to do everything. You got to pay all the bills. You got to do everything. But imagine when you're married, you come together and you got a spouse. Now you can share the load, and that's what it's about, is networking and surrounding yourself with a support system that can share the load where you don't have to do everything on yourself. And so don't isolate yourself, but surround yourself with a supported group, even if it costs money.
Yeah, well said.
Yes.
And once you've done that, and when you see people winning, then celebrate them.
Celebrate others. Success.
There's a quote that says, "Sis, you're celebrating me will not dim your light." You know, so celebrate others. Be happy for them, because when you do that, your turn is gonna come, and you want people to celebrate you.
Yes.
Too.
Yes.
So just because jealousy has sometimes the best of us, you know, and being envious of others has the best of us. When somebody is progressing, when somebody is making it, just applaud them. Tell them that you're happy for them, because you are spreading that positivity, which will in turn come back to you.
Yes, yes. So we say celebrate other success. You know, share your wins and share in their wins. You know, because when you celebrate others, because you know what, you know, like, okay, you know what, it's their time right now. I'm next.
Time is coming.
My time is coming. Like, well, especially if y'all in the same field, if y'all both in a like-minded individual. If they win, it just lets you know that God is still in the blessed plan. If He done it, we always say God had no respect to a person. If He do it for one, He'll do it for another. Yes, it is definitely possible. You know, if He could do it for one, He'll do it for another. So when you celebrate in other people's victories and you join in, I mean, there's an energy that takes place like never before. That like, and because you know your time is coming. And you know, like, okay, you know what? It's gonna happen. Yeah. It's gonna. It let us know if they can win, I can win. It let us know that I'm on the right path. Especially when you network with people that like-minded individuals, and you see them winning and you celebrate, like, you know what? I'm still on the right path. Yeah. Because somebody that I'm working with, my time is coming. Because they doing it and we still on the same path. We learning together. Guess what? I know it's coming. It might take a little bit longer. It might be another 5 months, whatever. But again, that's what just part of mindset. Again, my time is coming. I know I'm on the right path. I know I'm doing the right things. And so even like today, this week I was in a course and we had some assignments and some homework, and I got some feedback from what I wrote and what I put down. And it was some good feedback. And so I'm like, yeah, thank you for the encouragement, because just let me know that I'm on the right path. You know, even though sometimes you might don't see the results right then and there, but let you know that, okay, you know what, I'm on the right path. I'm building on the right way. I'm building the right things. So yeah, but celebrate others. You know, don't go into jealousy and resentment, because that's what a loser does. They be jealous of others. They resent others. You know, so you know they harbor envy towards others' success. You know, and because they feel like, oh man, they not better than me. Yeah, I guess they are. I guess they are right now, because
that in turn fosters a toxic environment.
Yeah.
And you don't want that.
Nah, you don't want that.
Because people will think, oh, she won't be happy for me. She wants to be me, or you know, she's never applauding other people's successes, because people are watching and people are sensing. So, yeah.
Yeah. So we say we hope this episode was encouragement, just to bring some insight, so that we can learn, so that we can grow, so that we can be on the winning side, so that we can begin to develop these. Better. Yeah, get better and develop these strategies. Yeah, and develop this mindset. This mindset to win, and having this positive mindset at all times. And so we say, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, like, follow, do all the above. We appreciate it. If you listen to the audio version, we say follow us. You know, follow the audio and leave your feedback. We appreciate your feedback. This is how we know what you want to listen to. So please leave us the comments, leave the feedback. If you want to follow us, you can follow.
You can follow me at Lady Siza 1 on Instagram and Threads.
Yes, you can follow me at Get Inspired by LJ on Instagram and Threads, as well as if you're an aspiring entrepreneur and you're stuck at the moment. You struggling to learn new skills. We said you don't have to do it alone. You know, you welcome to join the 6-month mentorship boot camp. Turn your ideas turn your idea into a sustainable and scalable business from scratch. And I'm here to help you. And we work things out so that you can launch that business, grow that business, scale that business, and know how to put the structure behind it, so that you just not become an entrepreneur, but you will have a business, and you could be like Jay-Z. I'm not a businessman, but I'm a business man. So become that business today, and structure your business, learn how to grow and scale it, and you got the community right here to help you and to guide you along the way. We say thank you, and if you enjoyed this episode, check out the next episode we have for you. Take care, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.